Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Cyndi Overton.
And we're in the winter wonderland, y'all. Like, I was up till 4 o'clock this morning, had to start snowing, and then wake up, and it's like 3 or 4 inches already, and it's really coming down.
It is really coming down.
So, in South Louisiana, when that happens, and it only happens like once every 5 or 10 years, then everybody is on lockdown today.
I've just never seen it like this at all. In all of my, not like this.
It says it's going to be a record snowfall. The last time it was, I was at the cabin, and it came down and snowed in for a couple of days, and we'll be snowed in for a couple of days because we just don't have the infrastructure here to, like they do up north for all the roadway and the bridges and all that stuff. And there's no way you're driving out in this.
No,
and,
I don't know.
My feet print from an hour ago are already filled in the snow.
Mine from 10 minutes ago when I came to turn the heater on out here was filled in.
Yeah.
Because it started coming down in a blaze of glory.
Well, we hope you're all staying warm, and hopefully the power will continue, knock on wood, and we can do what we do.
Yeah.
You ready to bring them some true crime time for Hump Day?
Sure.
Lay it on them.
All right. So we're going to start in Iberville Parish.
Iberville Parish. Brad Truell is who was a sergeant, he might be a lieutenant by now, and I got a lot of good friends down there and a lot of good people.
So, I've never seen anything like this, but we're starting at Iberville Elementary School.
Okay.
Which is in Plaquemine. You've talked about that several times.
It's across the river from Baton Rouge down Highway 1.
Yeah. And someone got very upset with the principal and punched her. A sideline altercation at an elementary school basketball game last week ended with 2 women in jail and 1 in the hospital.
Nice.
I know. That's a great show of, for all the kids to see. On Monday, January 13th, the principal of Iberville Elementary School was watching students play basketball after school hours when she spotted 2 small children wandering onto the court. To keep the kids out of harm's way, the principal moved from her corner spot in the gymnasium and then moved them away from the active game, an action she repeated at least twice. There's actually surveillance footage of the incident, which is good, but in a clip of one of the instances, the principal can be seen lifting a young student up and away from the court while guiding the other one to do the same. So it seems pretty legitimate, right? Continuing her efforts to keep the kids away from the action, she flagged a mom walking by who had 3 kids in tow, as well as a friend with her. The principal then instructed the mom, whom police have since identified as Alicia Parker, to keep her kids off the basketball court because it disrupts the whole game. Obviously, she took offense with that, and her reaction was caught on surveillance footage. And the footage shows the mom was holding one child's hand and had another kid on her hip, and she becomes visibly upset, stepping forward and moving very close to the principal. The principal then puts a hand up and on Parker, who then immediately hits the educator in the head.
Nice.
The principal puts her hand up to kind of keep her off of her, and then she gets knocked out of her chair.
Like,
yeah, she's just like putting her hand up to keep her away, and then she just gets really knocked.
Yeah.
So a deputy with Iberville Sheriff's Department was at the game and stepped in immediately to break things up between the two women. But Parker's punch left a mark on the principal. Police say she suffered a busted lip and a head injury and was taken to the hospital. She was able to return to work the following day, though, and she's okay now, but it was a pretty brutal attack. Parker turned herself in the next day to Plaquemine police, and they arrested her and charged her with resisting officers, disturbing the peace, and battery of a school teacher, which is a felony. So the sheriff's office didn't respond immediately to any requests for comment, but another woman who was apparently involved in the incident, Jamisha Godshaw, was also arrested. So she was referring to her as Parker's cohort and kind of egging it on and making some threats and was cussing people out too. So she was just crazy. But so she was also booked, and police said she also had at least one other pending bench warrant. So she just kind of made herself get arrested, whatever. So they just said that, of course, the same typical stuff. We're not going to accept this type of behavior, safety is.
Yeah, it's crazy that it happens like that, but it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And at all the high school games, like in the parish, we had to have a uniformed deputy at the games.
That's why I think this one was there.
This.
Yeah.
And I can remember being in high school, and I won't say whose dad, but he'd get thrown out of almost every game, just acting a fucking fool, at the referees, and just loud and hollering and stomping on the side of the court. And they're like, "You got to go."
Yeah.
Like, make me leave, motherfuckers. and they drag him out. I mean, it doesn't set an example for anyone, and embarrass the shit out of his kid that was playing, but you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see what this guy's going to do today.
Yeah.
But, putting your hands on someone. And look, your fucking kids are in the court. Those people are running they're running back and forth. They can get knocked over, hit in the head, whatever. And the teacher's just doing her job, and there you have it.
Yeah. It was a principal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna aim high.
I guess.
Don't hit a custodian.
You go big.
You hit the principal, because I can guarantee you they know everybody. So very interesting. Well, about smoking. People smoke weed sometimes, get the munchies and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't smoke weed and I get the munchies.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying that is a common side effect, right?
Definitely.
Well, and medical studies, before they bring out the medicine, the FDA approves, a lot of times they'll use rats, right? Mm-hmm. And let me tell you about some rats that like to have the munchies. And we're going to Houston, and Mayor John Whitmire, he says, we got 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage that the rats are the only ones enjoying it. Right? He's talking about their backlog police evidence room in Houston. And he says a bountiful buffet for the city's rats who have been munching on loads of seized marijuana and magic mushrooms.
Oh my gosh.
So you got a bunch of high-ass psychedelic rats running around.
I don't know what they do or what they think.
Houston officials said they will start destroying the drugs that are no longer needed for cases, and some of the substances have been locked away for decades at the downtown headquarters of the HPD. The rats have also gotten into packaging containing magic mushrooms, and the rat stash is a symptom of a larger problem with the severely backlogged Houston PD evidence room. And they say it's it's because of the policies which forbid the police from discarding evidence, which I get that. And I'm very, very thankful they don't discard a lot of it because now of DNA and stuff like that.
Right.
But the weed stuff, man, I mean, it's just, it always comes in. And yeah, you got to break a piece of it off, send it to the lab to have it tested with the lab stuff, and it come back, then you got to hold it for trial.
Right.
And I mean, it just takes years. And sometimes the cases plead out and they don't go and remove that evidence.
No.
Right. And so the shit happens. But so they said, critics say maintaining the evidence room keeps cops busy and away from the street while causing inefficiencies in the disposition of cases. Now, police will be able to destroy any narcotic evidence obtained prior to 2015. That's 10 years ago.
Oh.
How much dope do you think they stored in Houston in 10 years?
A lot.
But Harris County DA Sean Terra said at the press conference, and further, police will be able to destroy the evidence upon the execution of a plea bargain if both prosecutors and defense agree to it. Well, plea bargain, there's no appeal. Right.
Right.
So
that makes
sense. But the thing is, it's never been done because you don't have the manpower to go out. Like, I can remember the upstairs, the old jail was where we held our evidence back in the day, and having to go in there and dig for anything like your court case is coming up or whatever. You got all these old cells filled from the floor to the roof,
right,
with evidence bags. And there was no catalog
rhyme or reason
like that.
to it.
It's in C1.
Yeah, it's where it fit is where it went.
So, the DA's office says it will notify defendants in 3,600 cases that evidence may have been compromised by rodents. The only one case is to believe to have been jeopardized by the animals, meaning they ate all your shit and we can't bring you to trial on it because if there's no evidence, you got to prosecute it against it. That's the other thing, like, all the dope comes this way and the money goes back to Mexico and wherever it goes. And they say, like, when Pablo Escobar had so many, probably hundreds of millions of dollars of cash stashed around the country, their biggest problem was the rats eating the money.
Yeah. I saw that somewhere.
Well, that's true. That happens. Or rats got to eat too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the place in St. Helena. It's one of those truck stop casino things with video poker machines. And they robbed it. They took the money and they hid it in a beaver dam off of Highway 10. And of course, we ended up finding out where. And I should tell this on an original.
You should.
And we went to the beaver dam to get where they said they put the money, and the fucking beavers got it and put it all through the beaver dam. Tore like all fucking up.
They used it to clog up there and make their dam.
Yeah.
Well,
put your shit in my house.
Beaver's going to do what a beaver's going to do.
Put your shit in my house and we'll put old Ben Franklin all through I'll paper my walls with it. Wish we had Ben Franklin's enough to paper all our walls.
Oh my gosh.
Then all the walls would be paid for.
I mean, if we have enough money to waste to put on our walls, I wouldn't do that. I don't care how much money we have. I'm not wasting money on wallpaper.
Yeah.
Can we make some counterfeit wallpaper?
No, God, I want to go to prison.
Well, we're not using it, distributing it.
No, you can't make it. So.
We can put like, in Woody we trust.
Yeah, well, yeah. Put in somebody you trust. Tell us another story.
Well, I have to say that your hair looks super cute. You got this little flip going on. You got like a little curl action.
Yeah. That's called don't have to leave the house. Haven't shaved. Well, I had trim up one time for hunting season because I had to go to one of my niece's weddings. But you know how I roll. I
know, but you got a little flip going. It's cute.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I'm going to take a picture of it right now.
Take a picture of it because you'll see how cute it is.
I got to reverse the photo.
You want to set your child up for success? Is your child struggling with a specific subject, or do they need a challenge to keep them engaged? IXL Learning is an online learning program that enriches your homeschool curriculum. It offers practice in math, English, language arts, science, and social studies, and adapts to each child, meeting them at their personal level. As a homeschool parent, I can tell you that IXL has been life-saving for my son, WL. He uses IXL every day, and it allows me to tailor his learning experience based on his specific skills, not just his grade level. If he needs support, IXL finds his current level and helps him build up to where he needs to be. And in areas where he's advanced, IXL propels him forward without any setbacks. What I love most is that IXL uses visuals in its questions and lessons, which really helps WL learn math and science better since he is a visual learner. The interactive practice problems and educational games make learning fun and engaging. With IXL, school is a positive, fun experience. WL enjoys earning awards in the educational games. IXL is trusted by 15 million students worldwide and has proven to improve in performance in over 75 scientific research studies. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. Real Life, Real Crime listeners can receive an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/today. Visit IXL.com/today to access the most effective learning program at the best price. Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? I know Cyndi was, and if you're a woman, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our environment right now, found in our food, water, and even in our skincare products. These disruptors can wreak havoc on our hormones. Believe me, before Hormone Harmony, I watched Cyndi suffer. Not anymore. Hormone Harmony's formula, made only with herbal ingredients, have reduced Cyndi's hormonal symptoms, and it helps women of all ages. Then there are the natural hormonal changes our bodies face, such as menopause. While these processes are part of life, they don't have to be uncomfortable. The good news is that you don't have to suffer through it any longer. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts known as adaptogens, designed to help the body cope with stressors, including those chaotic hormonal fluctuations that can disrupt your daily life. Whether it's PMS symptoms like irritability and cravings, or menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, Hormone Harmony can help with it all. Happy Mammoth, the creator of Hormone Harmony, is dedicated to improving women's lives by using only high-quality science-backed ingredients. They make no compromises on quality, ensuring that you receive the best support possible. This isn't just a supplement, it has become a phenomenon. Women are talking about it everywhere, with a bottle of Hormone Harmony sold every 24 seconds. And the most important benefit, women express feeling like themselves again. A sentiment echoed in over 30,000 positive reviews. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com. Don't forget to use the code RLRC for 15% off today.
Cute AF.
It is cute AF.
Just teasing.
I'm going to take us while you admire yourself in the camera. I'm going to take us to New Mexico.
All right.
Okay.
New Mexico, land of the green chilies.
Is that what it's called?
No, but
but you love those.
I love those green chilies that come
yeah.
in like October, I think.
Yeah. Well, we're going to Bernalillo County.
All right. What's happening in Bernalillo County?
A wonderful mom has decided that she's going to accuse her own son of killing someone that she actually killed because he would get a lesser sentence.
It's time for Family Matters. All right.
Okay. So a New Mexico woman pleaded guilty to second-degree murder this week after killing her daughter's teenage boyfriend.
Nice.
And then trying to pin the crime on her own son.
Well, there you have it.
The Bernalillo County, and I know I'm saying that wrong. Maybe I'm not. District Attorney's Office said in a statement shared on social media that Elizabeth Ortiz Chavez shot and killed Joshua Ruiz outside a downtown restaurant on March 4th, 2022.
Okay.
But she tried to blame her son for the murder because he was a juvenile, and she believed he would face a lesser sentence.
Nothing says motherly love.
I mean,
I'm going to put this one on my kid because he only have to do 7 or 8 years in prison.
Right. The 49-year-old mother faces up to 18 years in prison. Finally, I guess she got some conscience and she pleaded guilty this week.
You think the boy told on her?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. So, Bernalillo County inmate records show that Ortiz Chavez is in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown Albuquerque, where she's been held without bond since May of 2023. So the murder took place in an alley behind a diner, which I said prior, but the outlet of KRQE and KOB4 has reported that Ortiz Chavez's son, Angelo, who was 16 at the time of the shooting, had confronted Ruiz, who was dating his sister at the diner. And the two teenage boys were getting ready to fight out in the diner's back alley when gunshots rang. Oh. So Ruiz was found dead at the scene, and the brother was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. After he was convicted, witnesses said that the mother was actually the one who pulled the trigger. And the outlet reported that the son then confessed to the police that his mother had set him up, believing he would get less prison time because he was a juvenile. So the son, the brother, changed his plea in August of 2023 and pleaded guilty to conspiring to commit first-degree murder and a felony assault charge while his mother was taken into custody.
Just family of the year.
Yep.
Just kill. Blame it on the kitty.
Yep.
Blame it on the kitty.
That's horrible. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let me tell you about the military. I believe there should be no homeless veterans. I believe every veteran should have free medical care for the rest of their life. I believe all kinds of good shit about that. Right. Now, it didn't happen, and things are a lot better now. And Shane McBride, who's our brother from Wisconsin, he's a big advocate. He's a disabled veteran, and of course, Tommy, our attorney, is a disabled veteran, and all that. Right. But it used to be 30 years ago when I'd go and have to go interview somebody in the VA hospital. Those places were horrible.
Right.
I'm talking about worse than charity hospital emergency room on Saturday night. Just couldn't find people and didn't get the care, and past presidents will say that really, really turned everything around, and they're being very proactive on taking care of veterans and all that. And I think that's a wonderful thing, and that's how it should be. But let me tell you how it shouldn't be. Now, that's the other thing too. We talked about pilots. Anyway, let me do this one first. It's time for effed up professionals. Because this is definitely effed up professional.
Okay.
We talked about how people sign up for the military to get their pilot license, then they have to do X amount of years. Well, they do that in a lot of fields. Mm-hmm. Like Shane, when he was an electrical guy. Right. That's what he does for a living, mm-hmm. right? But doctors do it too. Right?
Right.
They get some of the best medical training in the world. Mm-hmm. And to be a doctor, naturally, you have to be an officer.
Okay.
Right. You're not going to be a sergeant and be a doctor. You have to be a commissioned officer. That meaning starting out second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, major, and so on. So there's a dude named Major Michael Stocking. He's 39 years old, which means he's probably been in the military for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Because you joined at 18.
Yeah.
Well, he probably got in early 20s.
Yeah, because he might have gone to college.
Well, you know, he had to go to college to be a doctor.
Yeah, but sometimes don't you go through? Can't you go through college in the military?
Yeah, but it's not the same thing.
Okay.
You go to, I'm sure it's part of the whatever program, and then once you graduate from college, then you go into the military, start your time.
Okay.
So he was a major, 39 years old, and his ass is in a ton of hot water, because the one thing you don't want to do is go to military jail.
You've always said that.
You think our prisons are bad? Military jail, they strip you your rank and lock you up, and it's like you're still in the military, but worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a military doctor. And now he's going to spend more than 10 years in prison after he admitted to sexually abusing dozens of his victims, who were all service members who went to him for medical care. All right.
It's disgusting.
So on Wednesday, January 15th, it had been a year since charges were brought against him. Major Michael Stockton, 39, was sentenced after pleading guilty to 36 counts of sexual abuse. And this is according to the United States Army. Now, Stockton had been in the Army since 2013 and was placed at Fort Lewis in Washington. Pretty cool place. In Washington State, not Washington, the city. In 2019, he was working as an anesthesiologist and pain management specialist in the Army. Well, I mean, at the Madigan Army Medical Center. And of course, you got to have that. I mean, the war been going on for so long. You got all these people coming back missing limbs or whatever their problem may be. War is bad, right? You get fucking hurt and you come back and you're going to have serious injuries, and your government should take care of you. And they were trying to take care of them at this point. But as in this segment says, fucked up professionals. So anyway, he was suspended from patient care duties in 2022 following several allegations of sexual misconduct with patients. And then the claims against him, as well as testimonies provided after he pled guilty. Service members told of the abuse they experienced, as well as its lifelong effects on them. Now, one victim, who's identified as John Doe 19, it wrote that he is now unable to put on his Army uniform without having a panic attack. And this is according to Fox 13 in Seattle. And I get that. I mean, rape is rape. Bad.
Right.
It does different things to different people. He said, I thought I was strong, that nothing could break me. This experience shattered my life as a husband, a father, and senior non-commissioned officer, which means high-ranking sergeant. So commission is what I told you, lieutenant, all the way up through general, and non-commissioned is private through command sergeant major. But anyway, one complaint said Stockton assaulted him. Complainant said Stockton assaulted him once when his wife was a patient. The complainant was ordered to expose his genitals while his wife lay drugged during treatment. Yeah, this is according to Christine Dunn, who's a lawyer who has represented 22 of the victims in a civil case against the military.
Wow.
Yeah. So months later, Stockton abused the complainant during his own surgery, which Stockton was not even assigned to. So he's slipping in and getting his jollies. I mean, he's the anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
Right. They said, while my client was still groggy from the anesthesia, he lifted up his gown and exposed his genitals and viewed his genitals, which there was no medical reason for that. That's what the lawyer said. These brave soldiers are now riddled with anxiety and shame, and many of them terrified to even seek medical attention. So last January, Stockton was hit with 52 charges and specifications in connection with 41 patients between 2019, and 2022. And this according to the Army.
And you know there's more, though.
Oh, fuck yeah. I was just about to say that. But a lot of them are never going to come forward, right?
No.
So she said it wasn't immediately clear what all those charges included. Stockton also pled guilty to 5 counts of indecent viewing, per the Army. Had he not pled guilty, he would be facing a sentence of 300 years. And this, according to Stockton's lawyer, Robert Capovilla. Now he'll spend 164 months, a little over 13 years in prison for the Army. Yeah, I know. I see the look on your face. That is not enough time.
I wish there was a way to keep someone alive for 300 years.
Yeah, right? Make them eat shit every day.
It literally. Get exposed and raped. And
right. By a doctor.
Yes, that you trust. That's drugging you.
Oh, my God.
And he didn't start doing that.
No,
it's like it escalated.
Doing it for a minute. His lawyer, of course, says that Stockton takes full responsibility for his action. Mm-hmm. And the defense hopes and prays that the victims and Major Stockton will finally be able to heal and move forward with their lives. Well,
you don't get over something like that.
I know. And then, I mean, you are doing the honorable thing, serving your country, and you get raped and abused by your fucking doctor who you're going to. You're already, I mean, look, there's never a good reason to go to a doctor, I guess, unless you're pregnant. There's no happy reason to go to a doctor. You go to a doctor because your shit's fucked up.
Exactly.
And then they're going to fuck you up even more.
But it's, and then I was never in the military, but I'm assuming it's like your police, your brothers, your comrades, you like rely on each other, you trust each other. It's a brotherhood, and then that person's going to do that too. Well, I know they didn't serve duty together, but you still have that trust.
I mean, I totally agree with you, but people should be able to trust people everywhere that they go in for. You should be able to go to a library and not have a librarian rape you.
Right.
You should be able to go to the grocery store and not get a cucumber shoved up your ass in the freezer section or the fruit section by a stock boy.
No. Right?
And that's why we call this, it's time for F Up Professionals. Rape is bad.
Stay warm and save every day. All in the Kroger app. Get 16-ounce packs of flavorful Private Selection Angus 80% lean ground chuck for $4.99 each. Then get 2-liter bottles of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry for $1.49 each, all with your card and a digital coupon. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 5 miles away. Or tap the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
I just feel like he started like when people were under and got away with it, and it just progressed to more and more.
I couldn't agree with you more, dear.
That's disgusting. Well, let's get more disgusting. Well, I don't think this is more disgusting, but we have
It's time for Family Matters.
All right, we're going to Indiana.
Indiana.
And a mom put her child in a suitcase.
Okay.
To keep him warm.
All right.
On a bus ride.
Nice.
So Ashley Gibson, who's 29, was arrested on December 12th in Bloomington, Indiana. Court records and police records cited that Gibson boarded a Bloomington transit bus with a suitcase on the afternoon of December 12th.
Sounds like she wanted a free ticket.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. According to video footage viewed by the investigators, she sat towards the front of the bus. And once the bus was moving, Gibson stated she'd put her 2-year-old in a suitcase.
She stated it?
Mm-hmm. She said it out loud. I don't know who she said it to. It's not clear who she said it to, but the bus driver heard it and immediately stopped the bus.
As he should.
Exactly. And he notified law enforcement.
Right.
Again, like I just said, it's not clear who she made the statement to, but the driver did overhear it. The video shows Gibson opening up the suitcase and retrieving the child from inside. She told investigators that she put the child in the suitcase to keep him warm. However, the child was well dressed in warm clothes for the weather. So I do believe also, like you said, that it was for the free ticket. But she also said that her caseworker had approved of her putting the child in the suitcase.
That's bullshit.
And while Gibson was on the bus for 18 minutes before the child was retrieved, it wasn't clear when and where the child was put in the suitcase or if the child was injured in any manner. So she was arrested on January 14th, and she's been charged, of course, with child neglect, causing endangerment, as well as criminal recklessness, and she pleaded not guilty.
Yeah.
I mean,
To try to get a plea bargain. I mean, pretty sure the judge is going to see through that bullshit, and the first thing I'm going to do is call her caseworker. She got a caseworker.
Does this mean she's already in trouble?
I mean, we should have done that as a family matter, or did we do it?
We did that.
Okay, yeah. Well, that is just par for the course, and people are so stupid. I mean, I don't know what the breathability, if that's the word, is when you get locked inside a suitcase.
You've done stories. You did stories on the Daily Show. The girlfriend that put the boyfriend in the suitcase.
Yeah, after she killed him.
No, I thought that she put him in there. They were drunk, and she put him in. They were high, like
sex game thing.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. You will never be putting me in a suitcase.
You're
Not
too
that we
big for a suitcase.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to be really fucked up for me to let you put me in a suitcase.
I got plenty of trunks. Well, I don't have plenty of trunks anymore. We lost them all in the flood, but I got one. Maybe I could fit you in. You'd be like Houdini.
I'm not getting in the trunk either. You might as well just give me a coffin and say, get in there. Right?
Mm-mm.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So, Mom, dear sweet Mama, she's 83 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
83 or 84?
I think she just turned 83.
Okay. And I have such mad respect for elderly people. You know, when you look at elderly people, most people look at them like this person's slow or, hindering my way or whatever the fuck. I look at them, I see history.
Yes.
And I think this person has seen some shit in their day, right?
Yes.
Even if they're average Joes, they were alive when Kennedy got shot and and whatever. Yeah, never know how many people they've known in their lives and all the great things that they've done.
Right.
Well, I'm going to take you to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and they got a complaint of a robbery.
The other thing about older people is you always look at them innocent. Like, oh, they couldn't do that because they're old. They wouldn't.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the cases in the, I hate to say this, but in the, whatever they call them, retirement centers, old age homes, and they are having more sex than teenagers.
No, I don't mean like that. I'm talking about like robbing people or committing murders.
We've been doing them. Yeah, I've been covering stories on them all the time. It's
I know.
like they're getting older and older.
Yeah.
Well, this one has those elements, but it's
Mm-hmm.
reversed. It's the 83-year-old woman who got robbed in Orange County, Florida.
Okay.
So, but let me tell you why she got robbed. People like to play the lottery. And I'll be the first to admit when the Powerball or Mega Millions gets up to like $1 billion, we'll go buy $10 worth of tickets, right? Somebody's going to win it. And well, this elderly woman liked to buy lottery tickets, and she bought it, and guess what? She won.
Okay.
All right. And she won, and she left the store in Florida, and dude ran up and robbed her.
So she let it be known that she won?
Yeah, but we're not talking about Mega Millions tickets or whatever. A lot of times it's a scratch off, people be in front of the store. Give me $20 worth of them $2 whatever tickets, and they'll sit there and scratch it at the counter and turn them back in.
Okay.
So anyway, this incident occurred shortly after 8 a.m. on Wednesday, January 15th at a store on Curry Ford Road near the intersection of South Goldenrod Road and Orlando, Florida. And surveillance footage, which was shared by the sheriff's office, shows the woman exiting the business and walking to her car with the apparent lottery winnings in hand. Think about it. She's happy as fuck, right? I got my money.
Yeah.
And moments after, a man approaches the woman and violently grabs the winnings. Okay. So then another dude saw it and was like, that ain't right. So he ran up to help her, and he runs out of the store and he tries to stop the robbery. Well, the suspect wasn't done. He punches the shit out of the old lady.
No.
Yeah. Who then fell to the ground while the Good Samaritan's trying to pull him off of her.
Jeez Louise.
I mean, dude, you already got her money. You got to knock her out. So the suspects, later identified police as Diego Stalin Tavares Fleury, was able to break free and took off with the woman's winnings. And guess how much the winnings were?
$25.
$200.
That's still
$200. So, the woman told the investigators that he got about $200 from her. So the sheriff's office announced an update that on Facebook that Fleury has been arrested. He faced charges of robbery, sudden, this is a new one for me, sudden snatching and battery on a person of 65 years or older. And it's pretty crazy.
That is so crazy.
So, y'all use common sense. Like, if you cashed in a $200 lottery ticket before you cashed in, be like before the internet and we went to buy dirty magazines, wait till the convenience store is clear before you go up there and do your business. I know. Yeah. Yeah. You never know who's watching.
And also put it away like in a purse or, conceal it in some way.
I'm not really worried about me getting $200, but I would want my mama to get $200 because it's just an easy mark.
Yeah.
Dudes sitting out, people sit out there and be like, hey, can I get a smoke from you? Can I get $1?
Yeah.
Or whatever. But he got $200.
Well, your mama.
Knocked her down violently and then punched her.
Yeah.
Well, when's enough?
I guess.
They rank people who abuse elderly people, prison rankings, we'll call it. Mm-hmm. Child molesters are the worst, and then rapists, and then people who physically abuse kids or elderly people.
Yeah.
It's not good. Even everybody in prison's got old people. Well, I say old people, elderly people and their family that they love or have loved at one point.
Yeah.
So he's going to get his issue.
Yeah.
So
your mama doesn't seem like the lottery ticket buying.
No, she's definitely not.
And then I also had one more thing to add. I spent the morning after I finished editing and doing some other things, I was looking at my desk and it was just cluttered and I needed to just clear some space. And we've had quite a few of those big lottery day, like when it's Mega Millions, is like $256 billion or something. Right. And so I had literally, I think 50 tickets on the desk that I can't throw away. They're not winners, but I could.
Did you run them?
Yeah, we didn't win a penny.
Yeah, well then.
But I keep thinking, but one day they might.
Yeah, use that to start a fire later on.
Exactly. I finally threw them away. We had the one from Wisconsin that your friend sent you some, and we have $5 from that. I'm like a hoarder of lottery tickets We can actually wallpaper our walls with that.
No, that just means you're a first loser.
I am.
Not you. We'd be first loser. I wasn't calling you a loser.
Well, you
Loser.
chose me if you did call me a loser.
Loser.
You're the one that married me, so.
Well, he married me.
But I'm not calling you a loser. I think you're the most amazing person on this earth. So
my definition for loser and your definition for loser might mean totally different things.
it's true.
My
It's all
definition
relative.
of loser could be the hot, loving wife,
Aww.
but it's not.
Well, my
I-
definition of the best person on this earth could be
Yeah, I know.
asshole.
I get it. Been called worse but better. No, I'm just teasing. All right. Snowing outside. You know, when all you people up
Babies.
north know, but I wouldn't want to be sitting on the deer stand today, but I have sat in the snow in Wisconsin and many years ago here. And when you sit in the woods and it's snowing, dead quiet.
I bet it's beautiful.
Just silence.
Yeah.
Silence. Cold as fuck. But
I bet with you sitting in the woods, it's not silence because you talk to yourself.
Who killed more deer this year? Mary.
That doesn't have anything to do with.
Why wouldn't it? Deer run off if they hear you talking to yourself.
No, they
I
don't.
probably restrained myself on the stand. So y'all,
I didn't know I was competing with you. I would have shot the shit out of some stuff.
you could never be the shot that I am. All right, you did very well this year. All right. Speaking of which, we want to. I don't know how the smoker will work when it's that cold outside. It's in the 20s right now. You want to smoke some ribs?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It just needs to smoke for, like we talked about, just like a little bit to get the smoke flavor, and then I'll refinish them in the oven.
I don't know if that thing can get up to temperature when it's as cold as it is.
We'll put that heater on it.
All right. So we love and appreciate each every one of y'all. Thank you for liking and listening and sharing. Go leave us a review if you're so inclined. What a blessing the show's been. I was thinking about this morning. We've done November, December, and most of January already. We're 3 months in.
I know.
And the numbers are growing every day, which is awesome.
Yes.
I think people, like what we did. But do y'all have any ideas? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Leah Marie. She said, sent me a thing last night, said, she sends me stories every day, all day.
Yeah.
And she said, well, Cyndi told me that you give her most of the stories. I said, yeah, but most of the shit I give her is from you.
Yeah.
And-
But she was sending me stories too. And she was like,
Yeah.
do you want me to send all the links in one email? And I said, honestly,
Yeah.
Woody sends them to me and I don't ever have the opportunity to look at yours,
Because you're doing everything else.
So I didn't want her to double work. So
Yep. But
She's been
we
a
appreciate
blessing
her.
and
She's
helpful.
definitely a blessing. And hey, if y'all want to advertise Real Life, Real Crime, email Cyndi, Cyndi, Cyndi at realliferealcrime.com. We talked about that before. Friday night, the cold case files on A&E. Look, there's a lot of questions about where you can watch it. Guess what? You can watch it anywhere. You can watch A&E, and there's so many different platforms because the streaming is what everybody uses now. Like I said, I don't even know if anybody has regular cable. I'm sure someone does, but it's 8 or 9 Central Standard Time. Episode 5, Murder in the Bayou, Real Life, Real Crime. The Lifers wouldn't have happened without you. It's Courtney Coco's story, testament to her mama and that beautiful family and the piece of shit.
yeah.
So
I did a post in the app and on Facebook about where all the different places you can get A&E.
good. Well, y'all go check it out. And Patreon convicts, Apple subscribers, love you, appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying all your bonus stuff. And if y'all want to sign up, go to patreon.com, type in Real Life, Real Crime, or go download the Real Life, Real Crime Community app for free from the App Store, and you can become a convict if you choose to. If you don't choose to, we love you anyway.
Yes.
Keep it growing, people. And till next time, I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
I'll let y'all later. Peace.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50.
Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.